Looks like they're going to opt for the Rakan here into the Leona. Okay, I like this much more.
Yeah, Ali, I mean, both Rakan and Alistar aren't necessarily lane options, right? Like, if they wanted to just go for the win lane, then it would have been something else. But there's the Zyra for Doi. Not necessarily the champions that they are wielding, but just the players in general. Cuz is very scary. Doi is very new. Let's jump into the rift for game one. In our last series as well, I feel like we're getting the Zyra cam every time just to make sure that we're figuring out whether they're doing it correctly or not, as we've got an engage towards the bottom side. Envy getting very aggressive. Cleanse already coming out. The flash also having to be invested here in the early game. All right, maybe. Cuz moving away as well. I think he's just going to be telling his bottom lane to play it safe as Fate. That's one heck of a re-debut.
Yeah.
Be trading really well here with Bulldog. Of course, you know, range versus melee and stuff like that. It's going to be a rough time for Bulldog.
Compared to even like BDD's Yone.
Yeah, it's not like the Yahoo situation, as Cuz is going to be able to find the knock-up here onto Fate, who's just going to have to flash. Wanted to kind of sidestep there. Didn't have enough mana for Valkyrie, I don't think. Nor did he actually have it. He might have actually used that previously to try and move away, but
yeah,
because you just put the smile under the curve of the P, and you actually get positivity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want just smile, everyone, and then the pros are going to be fine. It's all just going to be perfect. Okay, Cuz is going to take a little grub away. Oh, never mind the plant. Oh, I wasn't positive enough. Yep. Probably had an idea that Andor was moving up though, so understanding that it was going to be a 2v2. As Doiv moving towards this mid lane as well. Cuz in the area, the 3v3 is on as Zenith Blade goes in. It's a fair bit of damage on Andor, who doesn't have the Unbreakable Will just yet. And the ulti comes out from Bulldog, gets two as Polu so close to surviving, but first blood is going to come on through, and Leaper now trying to answer as Doiv. That was a sick flash, but he still has to use the flash in trade for a headbutt as the arrow just barely going to miss. And Fate gets on over the wall, but cancels that auto, doesn't find the rocket. There's the flash, and he'll find that one. Cool guys, don't look at explosions. A 1-for-1 trade as both supports go down.
That's not the bro activity I was looking for.
Well, there's the arrow. It's going to connect. Solar Flare layered on top. The grasping roots. It was beautiful from the bros, and Cuz is going to go down as well. That's what they were waiting for. Well, there's the answer.
Yeah, okay, so I get it now.
There is 1 minute on this Chemtech Drake, and it does mean that it's likely going to be an Ocean Soul because it's, you know, monsoon season here in Seoul, so that would make some sense. As, oh dear. Morgan, he's getting some deja vu as he's going to push Andor back in, but he's still put in prison and taken down. But they're just trying to make sure that they can move down here and secure the last few bits of this health bar on this bottom outer turret, as Polu could be in trouble. Snapback does come through for Bulldog though, as now Doib is being closed in on. He flashes out. Beautiful use of the Stranglethorns as Bulldog tried to get over the wall to find the Zyra, but she went the other direction. And speaking of which, Bulldog is now completely on the wrong side of the map. It's a disaster. Envy almost finds the volley as well to kill Leaper, and Morgan, he picks up a kill. The bros are well and truly back in it now.
Oh yeah.
Now the Yone is the one that's a little bit further away from this one. The Naba, like you were talking about, looking fantastic here for Dudu right now.
Bulldog's on the cross, but I think Fate is happy to push him away. Bulldog decided to TP mid instead of joining his team, so now he's kind of cut off, weirdly enough, hoping that Bro are going to play this slow as they often do, but...
Indecisive here from Bro. Trying to work out whether they want to defend this inner turret. They're going to lose it, and they might also lose the fight here if things go wrong. Doiv setting up the plants now. Dudu is mini-nah in this moment as they look to engage onto Andal. He throws down the ultimate though, and now the Glacial Prison going wide. Bulldog making his way in. The Pulverize onto 3 is gigantic, but Andal still suffering. The bros somehow all alive until finally the supports are traded. But Quantum Freaks, they take inner turret, they take Dragon, they win the objective.
They win. He's
the Baron. As Arrow is going to connect onto Leaper. Let's see whether they can get anything done. Double Pulverize here from Andal. Cuz looking to make his way in. There is the Glacial Prison onto Polu. Solar Flare doesn't quite get the stun onto Bulldog. And unfortunately, Polu just a little bit too far in, and Bro not able to find a true engage. Now moving over towards this Baron. Envy taking a bit of damage from the True Shot Barrage, but not a massive amount. Does have a Vampiric Scepter, so should be able to get that health back. As all right, Morgan thinks he might have found an angle. Solar Flare is going to get immediately cleansed of the slow. Glacial Prison does next to nothing. Just going to try and stop them as the flash forward from Polo. And there's the arrow. Let's see whether they can get in there. It's a brilliant grasping roots to come out from Doib. They grab two, the entire bottom lane just eradicated.
This Ashe is still relevant, still great engage, still will do big damage when set up.
And look at Fate. He's just wandering after Andal. He has to flash. The arrow's going to connect once again. And oh no, Leaper is going to pay for his sins. A teleport's coming in as well. Pro immediately moving towards this inner turret in the mid lane. They'll be able to at least chaperone.
Just, you know, to get some of that yield. I mean, he's going for GA next. I mean, he's super big.
Oh, they're trying to kill this Kazante. Headbutt Bolt does connect, but I mean, there's not a lot of damage between Andal and Kuz. Dudu is fighting Polo, and Dudu is fighting. That's the big problem here as they look to try and turn it. He gets out of the way of the Solar Flare, though.
It's only one get out of jail free card. We know how it works, okay? I just explained it, so.
That's Soul Point, though, and that is going to be Ocean and Soul
Dudu,
Point.
He's ready to kill the base. He's like, you guys can chase the Yone across the map if you want, but you might want to look at the mini-map. I'm level 18, and I might be getting an inhibitor. Morgan is going to show up. Flame Horizon or no, and he's going to be able to clear these minions, but the next time Dudu shows up, he might be knocking on the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, and this is, this will go down extraordinarily quickly, and Bros should be able to, if they can set up these seeds.
I'll make the call together.
Yeah, they need to just start it immediately. They will do so. Ezreal going to be helping out with the damage here as Kuz in the area. Morgan coming on over. They're going to look for the turn. Let's see whether they can take down this Sejuani. Does use the Q, gets himself out of there. Now Bulldog on the flank angle. Dudu in Mini-Na right now. They do manage to find the Glacial Prison. Polu, he goes in. He's soaking up so much of this. Andal also going to be taken out as Bulldog has to flash away. The rest of Bro all grouped up, and in comes the Gnar. But it's the Mini, and Envy has got a beeline on top of him. Morgan gets his revenge, and he takes down the Yone as well. The Roots will grasp, and they find Leaper, and Kuz is like, where did my team go? The Bros are going to destroy us.
The Bros are going to destroy you. They're coming to your base right now, and Morgan, he may have been 100 CS down or more this game, but he's able to get the last laugh on Dudu, the one to take him out in the fight. And Leaper, no flash, has to cleanse, is zoned out, does very little damage, and Bro, they did it.
They were not broken after all. All they needed was the Doib to come in and Polo to start these fights as they're getting the depth treatment, but I don't think it's going to matter. There goes the Nexus. And round robin 2 is the Bros' time to shine. They get their first win of the season. That is a bit of a mid-diff situation there as far as damage is concerned.
The Jack shows Bulldog did not do a lot.
Yeah,